Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new, and welcome to my summer vacation reading vlog. Every year, my husband and I do a week-long vacation in Cape Cod. It is the perfect, relaxing, recharge, and worry about nothing vacation. There's lots of beach, ice cream, good food, and of course, reading. It is my favorite thing to do while on vacation because it doesn't involve anything having to do with the screen. I literally unplug as much as possible and dive headfirst into books and other worlds, and it is perfect. So this year I decided to save a bunch of fantasies that I've been wanting to read for this week specifically, and we are going to read them, and I could not be more stoked. So let's go ahead and dive into the TBR. I have 3 books that I am hoping to dive into this week. The first is none other than A Court of Thorn and Roses. I have been dying to get to this book and this series specifically. It is so hyped up in the fantasy world and just in the booktube, bookstagram, book talk world. I mean, if you haven't heard of this series, where have you been? But really, I am so excited to dive into this. And honestly, if I love it, I'm probably just gonna order the whole series right away and just like completely immerse myself. So we'll see what happens. The second book that I'm hoping to get to this week is Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune. He is the same author as The House in the Cerulean Sea, which I actually read last summer, and it was one of my favorite books of last year and one of my favorite books to date. So I am excited to dive into another one of TJ's books, and also this cover just makes me so happy. It's very House in the Cerulean Sea vibe, so I hope that I love it just as much, but we will find out. And then the last book, if I can get to it, I had to throw in a cozy mystery because it wouldn't be one of my reading vlogs or one of my TBRs without something that had to do with crime. And I have been dying to read this series as well. And the cover reminds me a little bit of like fantasy fairy tale, so I figured I would include it. And that is A Curious Beginning. I'm so excited about this. From what I hear, it's kind of like female Sherlock Holmes vibes. Not like a retelling, but just like the vibes that it gives. That's what I've heard. This is the if I have time for it though. We're going to prioritize the other 2 because they are a little bit thicker, and then if we have time, we will get to this one. If not, it'll be the first one that I pick up when I get back home. So that is my TBR for this week. I hope you are excited, and let's just go ahead and dive into the vlog. It is currently Sunday. We've had a pretty chill day on vacation so far, which, to be fair, that's what most of this vacation is going to be. Lots of beach time, lots of sitting out here on the patio, just hanging out, reading. The best kind of vacation. I mean, not to say that adventures aren't fun, but I just love a vacation where I can like turn my mind off, not think about anything else, and just like dive into some books, get some vitamin D, and relax. Today, I dove in, I read at the beach for a little while, that I've just been reading out here. I am currently on page 80, so 8 chapters in, and I am loving this so far. If you don't know what this book is about, we have the main character who, this is not a spoiler by the way, this is literally in the synopsis, goes out into the woods, she kills a wolf, and then a beast comes and gets her and brings her to his home, which is in a different world, kind of, shall we say, and then the story takes off from there. And that literally happens within the first, like, 30 pages or so, which I love. I love when the synopsis happens at the very, very beginning of the book, because then from there, it's all an adventure. You don't know what's gonna happen, I don't know what's gonna happen, and we're just unpacking it all. I was also extremely nervous. Sometimes I get really nervous with fantasies that I'm not going to really understand the worlds or the different kinds of beings that there are, but so far it's been so easy to understand and so easy to kind of digest everything that's happening, so I'm really happy for that. I'm loving this so far. You can just feel the different worlds, and I love that. And you have humans, of course, but then you have these other beings that are getting introduced, and all of these rules and stuff like that that's happening. There's some magic happening, which is cool, and it's just exactly what I was looking for. Like I said, I'm only 80 pages in, so I don't know where the story's gonna go from here, but I am so excited to dive further into this. So yeah, that's my update. I'm gonna read out here for a little while longer, and then we'll have some dinner, relax for a bit, maybe watch a movie. We have VHS here because, you know, it's a beach cottage. I mean, we have DVDs too, but we always like to watch VHS when we're on vacation because it's just way more fun. And like, when else do you get to do that? Because we don't have a tape player at home, so like, it's just way more fun. So we might watch a movie, either that or I'll just get more reading done. Anywho, that's my update, and I will see you again when I have something else to share. Hello. It is now Tuesday. I didn't update you yesterday. After we got back from the beach, there was a group of kids in the cottage behind us who were like screaming and having a ball, and I just couldn't film, obviously, with them screaming in the background. So yesterday was kind of a chill day. It was gray, it was cloudy, it rained off and on, so I got a good chunk of reading done. So between yesterday and today, I am now up to page 305 in A Court of Thorns and Roses. And oh my god, you guys, I am loving this book. I was a little afraid that I wasn't going to love it, or that it wasn't going to live up to the hype that it gets, because this series is hyped up so much, but boy does it. One of the things that I love about this book is they explain things so well. So if a new kind of species or character is introduced that is from either a different part of the world, or they have a different ability or whatever, it explains it so it's like so thought out in their explanations. It's not just like, here's this and then that's it. It's like, here's this is why this is happening, or this is why they are. This is just like a tiny little blurb in their backstory, or their species, or the type of magic that's happening, that kind of thing. So there are explanations, so it's not like, it does not go above your head. So if you're like scared to get into it because you're afraid that it is gonna go above your head, trust me, it will not. It is such an easy read. The character development is so good and so thought out, and I am in love. And things have started to pick up. Things are obviously happening now that I'm on page 305. I literally have like 100 pages left, but it's so good. It's like slightly heartbreaking, but you want to know what happens. It's like, it reads so fast, or there's just so much action happening, and oh my god, I love it. And I love the characters, and I love the little witty banter that's happening between them, and I cannot sing the praises of this enough. I'm not sure that I'm ready for it to be over. Like I said, I only have like 100 pages left, and like, I want them to last, but I also want to know what happens, and I know I'm probably going to be left with a cliffhanger at the end, which just like hurts my soul and makes me want to order the next one right now. So that's like sitting at home for me. We leave in a couple of days to go back home anyways, so that's like totally a possibility. But so far, that is my update. I am loving it. I'm obsessed. I love this world. I love the characters. I love their development. I love everything about it, and I do not want to put it down. As far as an update on vacation goes, tonight I believe we are gonna go out to eat. There's a little like smokehouse place like literally within walking distance, so I think we're gonna go there. I washed my hair for the first time here, and it's like got poofy beachness to it, but we're just rolling with it. I'm also not put a single ounce of makeup on the entire time that I've been here, because like, why would I? That's just what a beach vacation is for, just to like relax and not have to worry about those kinds of things. I might put on a little mascara if we go out to eat, maybe do a little eyebrow, but besides that other than that, it's been very relaxing, very chill, and just a lot of reading this book, and I'm in love. Hello! We just got back from the beach a little while ago, and while I was at the beach, I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses. And wowie wow, wow, what do I have to say about this? Everything. But I'm not gonna give spoilers or anything like that. What I will say is, this book, 5 out of 5 stars, truly incredible, lives up to the hype. Those last 50 pages had my heart racing, and I could not read them fast enough. And that last line, excuse me while I go order the second one right away, so it's waiting for me at home. Like, no joke. I cannot. It was perfection. Absolute perfection. I love where it went. I loved the fast-pacedness of it. I loved the love story in there. And I'm not usually a romance gal, but, like, I ship them. Yes. And I also love the friendship that was happening between the main character and Lucien. Lucien, like, love his sarcasm. I am always drawn to characters or people with sarcasm and witty humor. I just love it. So I love their friendship. And you know what? You never know with fantasy, like, is it gonna end happy? Is it not? Because not all fantasies have to end with a happy ending. That's just fantasies and, like, how things happen in the world or whatever. So I really wasn't sure how it was going to end. And again, I'm not going to spoil it, but it was an incredible ending, but also open-ended enough where you are intrigued to continue the series, and I am so there. So yes, 5 out of 5 stars, freaking obsessed, one of the best fantasies that I have ever read, and I cannot wait to dive more into the rest of the series, which is going to be happening extremely soon. Like, not even kidding. And then when I got back from the beach, I did start Under the Whispering Door. And this is so cute so far. I'm only like 20-something pages into it. So we have this kind of like pretentious prick of a main character named Wallace, and he is everything that you hate in the world. He's rude, he's snarky, he thinks he's entitled to everything, just like the worst of the worst, and then he dies. And this is not like a spoiler because it says it in the synopsis. He dies, and then the Reaper comes at his funeral, and Wallace isn't quite sure if he's dead or not. He has no idea what's happening. He knows that he's like seeing what's happening at his funeral, but he can't like put 2 and 2 together. He's a little confused. And then he meets the Reaper, and she comes and to like take him on to the next steps, shall we say. And the Reaper is so funny. She sounds like she's like a teenager, so she's like literally and whatever. So you have like these 2 polar opposite characters, and it just makes for like funny banter, and them like talking back and forth is actually hilarious. And I am so excited to see where this goes. I think it's going to be a beautiful story about like life and death, and I don't know if it's going in this realm of like second chance, but kind of just like what could happen if you viewed your life differently kind of thing. So I think that's where it's going, but I have a feeling this is going to be a beautiful story, and with some amazing characters and some amazing character building, which I love. And it's also, I feel like I can feel the House in the Cerulean Sea vibes from it, even though it's a completely different story. I can just feel that in the main character, because in the House in the Cerulean Sea, we had a main character who was kind of just like down in the dumps and like Eeyore to life, and Wallace is just kind of like entitled to life, shall we say. So I can see the similarities there. So if this evolves anything like the House in the Cerulean Sea, it's going to be gorgeous, and I'm very excited. I have the audiobook as well. I've been listening to it while reading. At first I wasn't sure about the narrator, but now that I'm into it, he's doing different voices for the different characters, and it's actually quite hilarious. I'm very much enjoying it. I'm going to continue reading / listening to this. We are actually leaving tomorrow, sad face, but also, you know, we have to get back to life eventually. So I think we're gonna leave tomorrow, clean everything up, get back home, and then do like a complete reset, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I have a baby shower to go to Saturday. but kind of just give ourselves those few days to like get back into the swing of life and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's where we're at, but I'll update you when I have something else to share about Under the Whispering Door. Since I've updated you, we are of course home from vacation now. We got home a couple of days ago, and then I had the baby shower and just getting kind of the house in order and doing a reset. So it's been a few days since I updated you, but as you saw last night, I finished Under the Whispering Door and sobbed like a little baby. This book is amazing. 5 out of 5 stars, 100%. I loved the characters. I loved the story. It is a beautiful story about death and what comes afterwards, and love, and who you choose to be, and who you choose to surround yourself with, and friendship, and family, and life, and it just everything that you want wrapped up in a warm hug with amazing characters. It was funny, it was quirky, it made me cry at the end, as you saw, sobbing, loved the ending. This was everything that I hoped it to be, and with TJ Klune's books, they are literally like a warm hug. And for someone who reads a lot of thriller and horror, these are the perfect like in-between books because they feel good. There's always a little bit of romance. There's queer representation usually, which I love to see. And yes, this book wasn't perfect. There are a few flaws with it, in my opinion. Some of the timeline, I was like, would it really happen that fast? But at the same time, like, I was just having such a good time with it. May, who is the Reaper in this book, and she's the one that has like that, she's young, she's got that Valley Girl kind of voice to her, what have you. I loved her as a character. I thought she was hilarious, and just the dynamic of this group of people / ghosts is just incredible, and I just loved their banter and their back and forth and just the beautiful metaphors that was happening throughout this book. I could go on and on and on, but I think you get it. I loved this. It was a warm hug. It was exactly what I wanted to read while I was on vacation, and just made me feel all warm and fuzzy, and I loved it. So if you haven't read this, please check it out. And if you loved House in the Cerulean Sea, but you're nervous to read this one, just go into it with an open mind and try to just like picture this book as a standalone and not compare it to that, and I think you will love it. But oh my god, I loved it, I loved it, I loved it. And that is it for this reading vlog. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me on vacation and reading these books. I had an incredible reading week, which just makes me so happy, redeeming myself from the atrocity that was The House Across the Lake and my last reading vlog. And if you haven't seen that one, I will link it in the cards for you to check out. But I'm so happy I had a good reading week on vacation. That always is the best. I loved both books, 2 5 stars in one video. Like, what are the chances? I will get to A Curious Beginning at some point. I'm hoping to still read that this month. It's just not included in here because now I'm home, I'm out of time. I have to prioritize other books ahead of that one. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe while you are here. Turn on the bell so you never miss a video. I do mindful living content on Tuesdays and reading content on Saturdays, so you get a mix of everything. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!